4274. The Wave, 94.5 and 93.7 FM. The home of modern music.
Get your praise from someone else.
I made no promises.
One kiss is all it takes. If a girl touch me, me nah say me nah
What
be
you
that.
tell when you are buying new, be more careful, do you can find
Stay connected all day, every day. WhatsApp us anytime. 727-4474. The Wave, 94.5 and 93.7 FM. The home of modern music.
Get your praise from someone else.
I made no promises.
One kiss is all it takes. If a girl touch me, me nah say me nah
What
be
you
that.
tell when you are buying new, be more careful, do you can find
Stay connected all day, every day. WhatsApp us anytime.
www.readyfinancecaribbean.com/St. Lucia or call us today at 457-8100 for more information. Contact us today to start fresh with the cash you need. Courts Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Terms and conditions apply.
The faces of the brands you know and don't know. The masterminds behind the businesses you support. The creators of products that you love. Tune in and be inspired. Behind the Business. Tuesdays at 1 p.m. only on The Wave. 94.5 and 93.7 FM. Brought to you by Courts Ready Cash.
Thanks for listening to The Wave.
All right, it's Tuesday, and it's I think this is my favorite time. I've never been a fan of a Tuesday, but now I actually look forward to it because we have some amazing people joining us in studio, business owners, creatives, and it's always nice to link up with them. So we're getting into that. Welcome to Behind the Business every Tuesday, 1 o'clock here on The Wave, and that's brought to you compliments Courts Ready Cash. Now, Courts giving you the opportunity to get that money that you need to take care of your bills. If it is a repair that you need to have fixed, you have an emergency, life happens, and you need the money, but you don't have it, Courts Ready Cash can get you that money you need now. You could get up to $20,000. No deposit is required, and as we tell you, the service is fast and hassle-free. Same-day approval. You can log on to the website. It's readyfinancecaribbean.com. You can contact the Courts Ready Cash today and start fresh with the cash you need. Courts Ready Cash, they are ready when you are. And we already have people commenting, hi, Chef. Hi, Chef. Relax. Let me introduce today. All right. So we're going behind the business today. And we are joined by Chef Elisa. Yeah, I had to get it right. Elisa Mathre of A&M Eats. She is the owner. She is a chef, and we are ready to chit chat with her. A&M Eats focuses primarily on Japanese and Asian cuisine. Ooh, as it is her dream to provide an exceptional culinary experience of an international feel. Now, she does pop-ups, she does deliveries, private catering, all that, and she's got a very impressive resume as well with her experience in the culinary field. So we're happy to be chit-chatting with her. She's been able to build her dream business, and we're happy to have her on to tell us all about it. So welcome to the program, Lisa. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So do you prefer being called chef, or I could call you Lisa?
You could call me Chef.
Chef. It's a great title to have. So, Chef, tell us a little more about yourself.
Well, I like to keep it simple.
Mm-hmm.
I am a chef, of course, by profession. I am passion-driven, and I'm a go-getter. I love what I do, and I take risks.
And what community are you from?
I am from the community of Bellevue, Viewfort.
All right, so you're from the south. So you came
Yes.
all the way up north to see us today. We really appreciate it. So let's get into things, Chef Master. Before we get into the business aspect of it, like you said, you are a chef. Has cooking, culinary arts always been your passion from small?
Actually, no.
No. Okay, I like to hear that because there's hope.
Yes. I actually did not know that I actually acquired the skill until I was pushed into it. It was just for me to save money so that I would have to go to school and stuff, because I love the arts. I have done dancing and stuff like that, so I did performing arts before, so that was the goal actually.
Really, to be a dancer, that's a big change around, but it's still arts.
Yes.
Any way you look at it. So yeah, you wanted to be a dancer, and like you said, to save money, you had to learn how to cook for yourself. Is that how it happened?
Not for myself. I actually did an internship at Coconut Bay. That was in about 2014. And shortly before the internship had ended, it was a 3-month program. I was actually hired before the end of the internship. The chef, he said that he saw something in me that he has not really seen in anyone who, just someone who's just coming to do an internship, someone who have never had the experience in such field. And no matter where they put me, in whatever restaurant, in gourmet kitchens, I kept on pushing, and I was placed in the Asian restaurant after that course.
So that little internship at Coconut Bay really was the start of your career in the culinary industry.
Yes.
That's pretty amazing, because I don't know if I could speak for everybody, but personally, if it's not my passion. Yeah, we all love food. Yeah. But preparing the food and how it's presented and all of that's a whole nother level.
Yes.
If I had the opportunity to be an intern, I'd probably say, well, no, it's not something I really want to do. What made you, since it wasn't your passion at the time, what made you actually accept that offer?
Well, that was the only offer available actually, because I had signed on to go to the restaurant department.
Okay.
And that was the only thing available, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to stay home. I'm gonna go for it. I know that I'm good with my hands, but I did not know to what extent.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. So you went for the internship. You started doing well. Is it around that time working at Coconut Bay that you realized, okay, yeah, I like to do this?
Yes. Yes, I developed a love for not just cooking, but for the Asian style of cooking, the Japanese form of cooking. Though they may seem similar, they're so distinct in what they are actually. So when it comes to Japanese cuisine, the foods are mostly based on the seafoods. So you have the seafoods, the raw fish, the sushi, and when it comes to the Asian, the Chinese, it's more they use the meats as the staple.
Oh, okay. All right. It's great that you gave that distinction, because I guess people just group the two together, kind of. Yeah. We don't know better. So during that time, you said at Coconut Bay, they hired you before your internship was even done.
Yes.
And what was that feeling like for you to see that the company had so much faith in you and wanted you to be a part of their team?
I was excited. I found something that I actually can do and actually love. Not that I couldn't dance, but I found something that I actually really, really loved. And from there was no turning back for me.
Right. So what happened after that time? How long did you spend there?
I spent almost 2 years there. And then because of my mentality, I like to grow, I like to learn, I like to experience different things. I felt that I needed a bigger push. So when the resort Royalton was just about to open, they needed chefs, and so I just took a risk. I applied, I got an interview. Long story short, I got placed in the Japanese kitchen.
Oh wow! And that's where you wanted to go anyway, yeah?
I'm not even sure as to why I wanted to go at the time. I just knew that I wanted to learn, and I really love cooking, and any way that I could have attained the knowledge, because culinary school is so expensive, and because I did not have the finances at the time, my focus had now shifted to the saving for
Right.
performing arts now to wanting to acquire more knowledge for the culinary field.
I like the fact that you noted that the culinary schooling is quite expensive. It's something that is just known world over. So a lot of people don't get that experience, and sometimes a lot of these hotels and companies like to hold on to the experienced chefs, those who have their degree and they're certified here and there, and they've worked internationally. I'm sure with a resort like Royalton, it was a little scary because the competition, I'm sure, was quite stiff. So the fact that they took that chance on you, what was that journey like for you?
It was exciting because I met some really top chefs who had programs set to teach us different forms of cooking. We had the basic forms of cooking, the mother sauces, how to actually build different sauces with using just one main sauce. So that was very exciting that they actually had the faith in me and chose me to work in a Japanese restaurant, not only just a simple one where they did hibachi and sushi. Now, mind you, I used to see the sushi and everything where I used to work, but I was more into the Asian field. So I did not I had no experience in actually not even rolling a sushi. But it's when I got there, they put me there, so it was kind of similar but new. You understand? Yeah. So that's where I actually learned how to make a sushi roll.
Now, is it as difficult as it seems to make sushi when you started? How was it learning that experience?
Well, for everyone, the learning experience would be different. Sushi is very, very technical. Some persons go to school only to learn how to cook sushi, just to wash the rice and cook it for almost 2 years.
What?
Just to wash.
How the hell is wash your rice when you cook it? All right, that's interesting.
So when I got there, so that actually propelled me to just continue doing it. When it came to learning, I learned pretty fast. So the chef, he brought me into the kitchen. He's like, can you do it? I was like, no, I never did it. I have seen it. And he's like, okay, let me just show you how to do one roll. He did it, and then I followed after, and he looked at me and he said, no, like you
picked it up so easily. Okay.
And then from there, I was technically left on my own to learn everything.
That's a lot.
Yes. So I used to spend hours in the kitchen. When everyone left, I was still there. I used to basically work 2 shifts just for me to learn, because in those high-end resorts, sometimes it's so fast-paced, you don't get a chance for someone to actually be there with you and show you. You need to just pick up in the kitchen. So I picked up, one of my chefs aided me, and from there I just kind of self-taught myself after that.
That's pretty cool. And too, with these high-end locations, the expectation of the food, the presentation, how it tastes and everything is paramount. So you had to ensure that you had that unlocked, plus the way you present it, plus the way you prepare it. You had to learn that on the go, on the fly.
Yes.
Wow. So is Japanese cuisine harder than Asian, you would say?
Somewhat.
Okay.
Somewhat, because of the technicality. With different seafoods, you cross-contamination. I did hibachi as well. So it's I'm not only limited to just making sushi. I am actually well versed in other types of cuisines as well. So.
All right, but that's your preference.
Yeah, that's just my preference.
Okay, Japanese and Asian. So after that time at Royalton, how did you continue your journey? Because your resume is quite lengthy. So we see some nice other corporate entities that you were able to work with. You were also on a cruise vessel.
I worked with Disney Cruise Line. That was after Royalton. I spent 2 years Royalton, about 2 years or roughly that, at Royalton, and I decided to go and experience
To grow again.
the world. I wanted to experience different cultures. I wanted to experience how it would be to feed 4,000, 5,000 persons. And then when I went on the cruise ship, I was actually promoted in a month to
Wow.
2 months of being there. And
So how different was it working on the cruise ship than working at the various hotels?
with the cruise ship, you have little time for yourself, I would say, because sometimes, the first I was in Europe, I did the European cruise. So then we would be on water for days, just going to another island. That was a great experience. When it came to the amount of persons you had to cater to, it was triple the amount. So yes, but with the ship, if you're on a particular station, then that would be what you'll be doing. So there's someone for everything. So as it may be vast in the amount of persons, the workload would not be that much because of the amount of persons in that area. But when I got promoted, I was shifted to one of the bigger ships, which was the Dream. That's when I started doing sushi on that ship.
And you use all the experience you had from being at Royalton to help you out there.
Yes.
Was it even harder at that stage, or it became second nature to you?
Yeah, at that time I had already grown. The only thing that aided me or made me become better was the fact that I learned how to roll really, really quickly. And also there was some courses extended to us that were paid for, food and handling, safety, different stuff like that, which I would not have gotten down here. That was paid for. So that was the difference.
All right. So, I mean, Elisa, you have a great resume. As we said, we've only gotten into some of it. At what point did you decide that you want to open your own business? Because you were kind of safe in the industry. You're being hired by these huge companies, and your work speaks for itself. You took a risk and you said, I'm leaving that, and I'm opening my own business. What made you make that transition? What was going through your head at that time? Why did you choose to open your business?
Well, it has always been a dream of mine to open my own restaurant. I just did not know when I would actually take the risk, come out of my comfort zone and, just do it. Up until COVID, just like we spoke about earlier, COVID, as much as it had a negative impact on the world, some good came out for me, where I was now able to launch my business. All hotels were being closed down. Where I worked at the time at another hotel, it was shut down, and then I lost my job due to COVID. I decided, why not just go into it, dive into it. With no startup capital, nothing from scratch, I built my business, and that speaks for itself.
You say it like it's something so easy, I just built my business. But you stuck to the Japanese and Asian cuisine. I mean, you could cook outside of that, right?
Yes,
you could cook local food and all that, but you stuck, especially the fact that you're doing your own business and COVID and you didn't have startup or anything. You stuck to the Japanese and Asian cuisine as what you would provide to your customers, whereas other people would just prepare a meal. You could order your meal, your bouillon, your this, your that, but you kept to that Asian and Japanese cuisine. Why that?
As I stated, just to before I go deeper into the question, the eats in A&M it means a diversity in cooking.
Okay.
Which means that even if my restaurant is solely and primarily focused on the Asian Japanese concept, the eats means diversity. So I have actually had incorporated other types of cuisine in my cooking. And so that made it what it is. But when it came to me having my restaurant, how should I put it? I wanted my clients to receive attention and have that experience that no other place would give them. Yes, if you want to have lunch, maybe on some days I could do that, but I want you to have that experience. When you're having your anniversary, you would say, you know what, A&M is the place to go for that experience. I want to have a business meeting. Oh, it's a nice place of serene. I could come and have that there. You know, special moments that you will actually not forget. That's what I want to extend to persons.
Now, the fact that, so the products that you use to create the Japanese and Asian meals, is it expensive compared to the ordinary ingredients that we use for the average meals that we eat here, like you said, for lunch, etc.? I would assume that these are priced a little higher and are harder to get a hold of. So how were you able to maneuver that?
It's very expensive, the ingredients.
The way you opened your eyes, I believe you. Okay.
Nothing is cheap when it comes to Japanese or Asian cuisine. But that's where the challenging aspect of my business came in when I just started. It was to source the items. Some items you can't find in a normal supermarket or normal store. So I would have to know the different organizations, the warehouses, who to contact. So I had a period in time where that's what I did when I just started, sourcing stuff like that. But then afterwards I built relationships, and so it's much better
You've
now.
been able to maneuver.
Yes.
Now the A&M Eats, the A&M stands for your name?
Yes,
Okay.
my first and last name.
First and last name. All right, and your slogan is Live, Love, Eat.
Yes.
Like that. So let's talk about some of the lessons that you learned, because now that you've opened your own business compared to when you were employed by a company, all you had to do was cook. You're good to go. But now you have to worry about the business aspect of it. You have to manage the money. You have to manage your orders. You have to make sure this balances. You don't spend too much here.
Yeah.
What were some of the lessons that you learned? What was that experience, the business side of your company?
Well, within the year, I just want to broaden it a bit. Within the year, I actually characterized my experiences in just 3 words. It was first challenging, the second was rewarding, and the third part would be growth. Challenging, we just touched on one of them, sourcing my items, finding companies to actually cater to me, a growing business, and then actually starting up on my own with no startup capital, so everything was solely on me, my savings. I went to no business place, I got no loans, nothing like that. So that was the challenging aspect. The rewarding aspect, even though I felt like giving up sometimes because it was really hard, I didn't know how to manage a business. I had no knowledge, but with prayer, if it wasn't for God, trust me, I wouldn't be here today. And with that experience, I ended up more, growing. The growth period was from where I started. I actually only had one client when I started, because when I started with meal plans. I am into organic. I love dieting and stuff like that for persons. So I had one client, and every week she would pay for me to do a meal plan, and I would go and deliver it to only her. Then I got another one who wanted only meal plans, and then from there I started doing the pop-ups. I always wanted to be the first person in the South to have sushi, and the dream actually came true. So my clientele, the feedback, these things kept me going. So I am still growing. I don't like to say that. I know I am a small business now, but I don't want to keep saying I'm a small business. I'm a small business. I want to say that I am a growing business because I will get to the point where I actually have my own restaurant.
Oh, nice. I like you put that out in the universe. So we're going to have our own restaurant soon. Look out for that.
Yes.
And like you said, you do the pop-ups, you do the deliveries, you do private catering and all that. It's just you. How are you able, and like you said, you operate in the south of the island. I am sure you have your customers all over, including in the north, who want this almost every day. They're asking for their sushi and all that you offer. How are you able to manage those orders? How are you able to say no to certain customers when you're not able to get it to them on certain days?
When I just started, there was never a no for me. Even when I knew that I was not able to do it, if I was closed, I would stay open, and then I realized how much energy I used to give out, and I used to be so tired and tense. But then now that I've learned from it, I would give them options. I would say, well, today I am closed. However, you could order from today, and then tomorrow you'll be the first on the list. I would give them options. They would be very, very understanding. On busy days, I have my persons who would assist me on busy days. So most of them are family members. Well, my cousin, Cleus, Andrea, Amy. Different persons would assist me. So that helps me with my time management. When it comes to that, I have gotten much better.
Okay.
Because I had clients waiting on me so much when I just started, but now it's has
right. So you
better.
kind of have a schedule now where persons could place their order, and you can let them know on this day, etc. on that
my
day.
calendar as well.
Wonderful. Because when you go on the page, it's you want to lick the screen because it looks so good. It looks tasteful. The presentation is amazing, and I'm sure now, since the options of dining in are no longer available to citizens because of COVID, etc. You have that option where you could go to persons and prepare those meals, or they want it for a special occasion, etc. That's
Right.
another service that you offer.
Yes, yes, I do.
All right. So you actually could go to somebody's house to prepare for them. If you want the chef to come over and prepare, or you could order if you have a special occasion, birthdays
and then I could just
stuff.
deliver as well.
That's nice to hear. Well, that is quite exciting. Chef Mafra, just share with us your social media handles, your contact information for all those who want to experience your cuisine. My location, I am located in the south of the island. That's in Black Bay. Once you could reach out to me on Instagram at AANDS_eats. You could send me a quick message. I could provide you with the necessary directions that you need. Also, you can contact me via call on 730-1046, or only for WhatsApp 723-6638, and then we can go from there. All right. So if you have your special occasions, you're well organized. So first sushi restaurant in the south of the island, and you were able to achieve that dream, and there are many more that I know you will be able to achieve in the future, because you're a very driven individual. I could tell.
Thanks.
So what words of advice would you have, Chef Mathre, for all those who do know how to cook and they've gone through a hard time with COVID, they've lost their jobs, they're not able to turn things around, and for those who just have difficulty having their own little business, what words of advice would you have for them?
My advice would be, do not give up, be patient, trust God, pray, stay away from negativity, and go for it. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, how can you know if it will be successful if you don't actually jump, if you don't just take the risk and see where you land? And if you do land and you fall, you could just get up and keep going once you have life. So I would definitely just say be courageous and Do you?
And keep it moving. Wonderful. Chef Master, thank you so much for joining us. It was definitely a pleasure to have you in studio, and we wish you all the very best with your business. Looking forward to seeing what's more to come with your brand. So again, guys, follow her on Instagram. Trust me, you'll be happy you did. Your belly will be happy that you did. So join us every Tuesday right here on The Wave. It's Behind the Business, brought to you compliments Quartz Ready Cash. And remember, if you need the money, if you want to open that little business, if you need to get a little startup, you need bills to be taken care of, you have an emergency, whatever that issue is, and you need the money, Quartz Ready Cash is here to help you with that. It is fast and hassle-free, and we're talking same-day approval as well. They offer a credit protection insurance on their loans, so if you've been made redundant or you lose your job, they have you covered for a whole year of payments, all right? And no deposit is required. That's a bright side to it all. Check them out, Quartz Ready Cash. Log on to readyfinancecaribbean.com and get the money you need. Quartz Ready Cash, ready when you are.
Are you struggling because you don't have enough money for bills, repairs, or an emergency? No worries. With Quartz Ready Cash, start fresh.
Of modern music.
Get your praise from someone else.
I made no promises.
One kiss is all it takes. If a girl touch me, me nah say me nah
What
be
you
that.
tell when you are buying new, be more careful, do you can find I like it hot.
Stay connected all day, every day. WhatsApp us anytime. 727-4474. The Wave, 94.5 and 93.7 FM. The home of modern music.
Get your praise from someone else.
I made no promises.
One kiss is all it takes. If a girl touch me, me nah say me nah
What
be
you
that.
tell when you are buying new, be more careful, do you can find I like it hot.
Stay connected all day, every day. WhatsApp us anytime. 727-4474. The Wave, 94.5 and 93.7 FM. The home of modern music.
Get your praise.